Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we have got more special updates regarding Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi. And the screenwriter for the 2002 film has also opened up about potentially Tobey Maguire returning in Spider-Man 4. So let's talk about it. But before we do get into that, if you are new around here and enjoy all types of Spider-Man content from the news, from the games and the movies and the shows, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you do not miss any more Spider-Man content as soon as it comes out on the channel, because we do it all Spider-Man over here on LewisFilms. With that being said, let's get straight into the news. So, David Koepp, who is the screenwriter for the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man film way back in 2002, has come out in a sit-down with the cast and crew for Variety about the 2002 film, and he openly admitted that he sees potential in Tobey Maguire returning for Spider-Man 4, and this is what he had to say. He says that he found it touching to see Tobey's character again, obviously referring back to Spider-Man No Way Home, when he joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe alongside Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He then went on to say that he can see the weights living in his eyes, which he thought was fascinating, obviously referring to the fact that this character has been through so much since we last saw him in Spider-Man 3. So much has happened in the Tobey Maguire Peter Parker life that we just haven't gotten to see since Spider-Man 4 never actually happened. He then went on to say that I would imagine they'd develop a story about a 40-year-old Spider-Man and see what that's like. Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing that. The stories are still beautifully told and audiences love them. So even the screenwriter for the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man film has come out and expressed his interest in seeing a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. And it isn't just David Koepp that has expressed his interest as well. In multiple videos on the channel in the last couple of months, we have talked about other people that have worked on these films coming out and saying that they want a Spider-Man 4 to happen, or at least they'd be interested in a return to that franchise. One notable one being Sam Raimi. He said if the story is there and the script is right, he would definitely make a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire is open to return to the role as well. Kirsten Dunst has also said that she would happy to be a part of the multiverse and come and play her role again in potentially a Spider-Man 4. Grant Curtis, a producer of the Raimi trilogy, has also come out and said that there are stories that haven't been told with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, therefore hinting that a Spider-Man 4 is possible. So all the cards are hinting to a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4, and we've been talking about it for a long time on the channel, even before No Way Home came out. So looking at all the players in this situation, we have the cast and crew, we have Sony themselves, and we have the fans. Due to these three components, can we actually determine if Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4 is likely? Well, let's look at the fans first and foremost. Do the fans want Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4? The majority of them, yes, they do. Now here's the little caveat here though. If you were to put TASM 3 or Spider-Man 4 in front of most fans would pick TASM 3. And it's not because they wouldn't want to see Spider-Man 4, but it's because Andrew Garfield never got a proper send-off to his trilogy. As we know, the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4 and a bunch of spin-off films for the Sony universe that were planned were evidently cancelled in favour for Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Therefore, a TASM 3 is more needed, I would say, quote-unquote, for Andrew than a Spider-Man 4 is for Tobey, because Spider-Man 3 is a pretty good ending. However, do the fans want a Spider-Man 4 if it was on offer? Hell yes, the fans would buy into it 100%. So that's the fans covered. Do the cast and crew want to return for a Spider-Man 4? Well, as we've seen multiple times over the last couple of years, they have said that they are open to return, including one key element of it all, Sam Raimi, who is open to come back to do a Spider-Man 4. Tobey Maguire, also another key player, and Kirsten Dunst. Probably your three main assets if you're going to make a Spider-Man 4, and those three are all willing to come back. And now let's look at the final piece of the puzzle, which is Sony Pictures, the studio that has the power to bring all of this together. Is it in Sony's best interest to do a Spider-Man 4? Now this is where this could all potentially fall apart, because, well, yes, it would be in their interest to make money off those fans that would love to go and see a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. You've got to also think that they are going to try and push that new Tom Holland trilogy very, very soon. They also have the assets of the Into the Spider-Verse franchise now, since that is a very big household name and is very popular with the fans, and they're probably looking to continue that. They also have their Venomverse, which, despite being not very critically acclaimed, is still very, very popular at the box office, which is obviously at the end of the day the thing that Sony care the most about, so they're still going to be pushing with a Venom 3. So is it in their best interest to do a Spider-Man 4? Not really, considering they have loads of other Spider-Man media that they're pushing at the moment, in which all probably make loads and loads of money at the box office and loads of money for Sony at the end of the day. So a Spider-Man 4 isn't really worth the risk for Sony Pictures, and Sony don't need Spider-Man 4 to be successful, especially when they have 3 franchises on the go related to Spider-Man that are bringing in lots of money. Now, obviously, you could say that Sony would make a Spider-Man 4 for it to be a love letter to the fans, but you've got to understand this is Sony Pictures, and like any business, like any company, money is the #1 priority. Getting sales is the #1 priority. You know, growing the business is the thing at the top of everyone's agenda. So making a Spider-Man 4 isn't a priority, especially when they've got the new Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, in which the Spider-Man 4 of that franchise will most likely crack $1 billion if it's as popular as No Way Home was at the box office. You've also got the Venomverse, which, despite, like I did say, the critical acclaims, it is actually doing pretty well, and the animated Miles Morales franchise, and even though the first one wasn't their biggest success ever, it's a really popular franchise with the fans, and I'm sure Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse are going to do very, very well at the box office. So it's not at the top of the list for Sony, but could it happen? Well, all the pieces are there for it to happen. It's just whether Sony goes through with it. However, due to what David Quep said, that is very, very positive for the development of Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. If there is anyone that should come out and tell the world the potential that a 4th Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film has, is the screenwriter for the very, very first. I think his word holds a lot of accountability. So this is very positive for the 4th film, but like I did say, do not take this as any sort of confirmation. This is not Sony Pictures talking, although this man has high credibility because obviously he wrote the first Spider-Man film. So if he's saying there's more stories to be told, then there probably is. But with that being said, that is it for the news today. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure to hit the bell so you do not miss any type of Spider-Man content. Like I did say at the start of the video, we post all types of Spider-Man content, from the news, from the games, the movies, and the shows, but we also do fan fiction type content as well, where we continue lost stories such as Spider-Man 4, and I've done plenty of them on the channel, including Spider-Man 4, so if you want to go check that out, then make sure to go to the channel page and go under the What If fan fiction section, where you can watch all types of fan fictions. But with that being said, on the left side of the screen, you can see a video that has been personally chosen for you based off other videos that you already enjoy, and on the right side of the screen, you can catch my most recent upload. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.